Yes. All right, we are live. Welcome everybody to episode 7 of Community Ketchup. I am Pooch.
And I am Pyro.
And we are here today. I'm sorry.
I'm Heather.
Were you going to jump in?
Chelsea says.
I'm Heather. Woo woo.
Mr. Heather over here making the whole thing happen. We're here today to go over some of the. Can somebody mute their audio? Thank you.
Oh jeez.
So for those of you who are new, welcome. What we like to do here is this: the Ketchup is a bi-weekly stream, and we basically take submissions from you, the viewers, in the maker sphere, and show some highlights and stuff. So if you are not able to say follow along on all the craziness that social media has to offer these days, let us do it for you, and we'll try to pare down the really primo nuggets for you. So that's what we're gonna do.
Don't say nuggets.
Nuggets? You don't like nuggets?
We'll give you all the premium maker
gems.
Info.
Gems. I like gems.
Yeah. So with that said, what are we gonna kick off with today?
Danska, we will start out with what you said. We are on a new set. We moved downstairs. This is actually where I used to film all my A-Pyro design videos back in the day. A couple years ago, the wall used to be right over there. I used to stream from here, film all my videos.
The wall still is over there.
The wall is still over there.
The wall is there.
You can see all the holes from all the signs they used to be up there.
Yeah, it's cozy. It's a quaint little studio, and
it's
I think
lot better.
it's better. We were trying to get better each time. So who knew? We knew we were going to be here 7 episodes in.
No,
we're getting a little better. We're getting the lighting a little bit better. We're getting the audio a little bit better. Hopefully everybody's hearing us okay. Yep. We've got a lot to talk about today, and we've got a feisty crowd. Good to see everybody, just so lively tonight.
Pooch box.
You know what? I'd like to start by wishing a very happy birthday to my good friend Cyber Dustin out there. Yesterday, Cyber Dustin turned, I believe, 72.
What?
Yeah,
he looks so good for his age.
Really good for his age.
Really good for his age.
But happy birthday, Dustin! I hope it was a good one, and I hope we get to see that XXL CR10 update soon.
Ooh, we have a sound is great. That's awesome.
Well, we had one sound is low, and then someone said sound is great. So
if the sound is low, just
turn
up
it
the
up.
volume.
Turn up the volume.
The problem is, it's like we've been messing with it. We got a mixer, we've had some primo consulting here of what gear to get and stuff, and been playing with things. So we're trying to be discreet. We didn't want to do the full-blown headphones like Heather is over there looking like.
Yes. Would you like fries with that?
You're like, I like it. Are you taking orders?
Yeah, yes, I am. Oh man. Ooh.
The printers are just too loud in your room. Is that it? Okay.
Well, and we have another birthday. It looks like it's Bill
else?
Devine's birthday today.
Bill.
Today, nice.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bill.
Thanks for spending your night with us.
I know. Yeah. We're good for celebrating with. Well, let's keep it moving along. We're already 3 minutes in, and we haven't really said anything besides birthdays. But
that's important.
The format we traditionally follow is we like to do follow-ups on the last episode's catch-ups, and for those of you who like to follow along at home, we keep our doc of all the stuff we talk about. You'll see that in the description below, so if you hear something and you want to reference back to it, or you're looking at the recording later, that's a handy-dandy thing. It's gotten to the point where you guys are sending us so much stuff.
It's crazy.
It's a lot.
That we can't even fit it in a description. So we've had to create a little Google Doc that we share with all of you guys. So, Heather, what are we starting off with?
So we're starting off tonight with actually something that came in late last episode, and it was You Do It sharing Martine's tweet about stickers on his printer. So he's got a myriad of stickers, and I think it was mainly he just wanted to say shout out to everyone in the community, saying thanks. This was after Murph, so he
those events are always a good place to beef up your sticker collection. Look at that!
I'm seeing all of our stickers.
I'm seeing a lot of stickers that I love. Look at that, a couple of Repbox. Yeah. Awesome.
You really
Martine.
made an impact.
Fantastic, looking good.
That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he was just showing because we are the same way. We have tons of stickers on our printers here, and so he was just saying a shout out thank you to the community.
Always good to see those community stickers out there, and along those lines too, Adam has the hex mural going.
Yes,
and
and
it's
that
seeming
is-
new updates every day. Here we go.
This thing is amazing.
I love this. I love this is it's such a fantastic way of showing off 3D printing, showing off all the people in the community. I only had to shame him a little bit.
You were a
to
little
get
bit
mine
bitter
up
when
there.
your name wasn't up there for a while.
He was like, Adam hasn't made me a tile yet.
Poor me.
So
No,
you got the
no,
King
no.
Chaos Cortex.
I know,
up here.
Chaos
And
Cortex.
I followed
Castle.
it shortly after. I was
Yeah.
like four
We
or
see
five
that.
in or
That's
something.
all right.
I was before Joel, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I will have one soon enough. He's waiting for his polyalchemy sample pack to come in so he can get some bubblegum pink so I can be up there.
anyway, very cool, Adam. You're gonna need to get a bigger wall soon enough, huh?
Seriously, so cool.
Yeah.
So next after that we had last episode we were talking about all the different gnomes that people had been designing, and this time we have Country 3D shared Thomas Lemoyne's made a Walter gnome. So it's Walter's head with the hat and the
That's
glasses
awesome.
and little boots and everything.
Two-tone Walter gnome. I love it.
It's great. Oh, it's just so great.
That's fantastic.
Cracks me
Well,
up.
he was showing off his bust that I don't know if it's the same individual that did. I don't think it was, but did the sculpt of his face with the beard. He was showing
I
that
didn't
off
see
on the country 3D.
His coffee show, his live stream? Or?
Yeah.
Well, he
so
did,
he's
no, he's
every
not
day.
doing. No, he's not doing it in the morning anymore.
Yeah,
though,
he's doing it in
he's
the
working now.
afternoon.
He's doing it in the afternoon, so
Yeah.
it's
So what is
country time. I think
The
this
country
is what
time.
it- the country
Time
time.
lemonade? Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's more sweet tea is what he
Okay,
typically does.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a sweet looking gnome. What else we got on the follow ups?
We have got Alkish One shared Tanya Weisner's. This was we had asked about. She was coloring
yeah, the
on
colored
3D
pencils,
prints,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
with colored pencils. And so this was a thing,
believe
and
it's
she
colored
actually
pencil.
put a message out saying if people wanted a video on how to do it, that she would be willing to do that. So this
Country
was
Club
my.
rocks.
This
Sorry.
was my
Yes, it does.
this was my shout out to be able to say yes, please, we want to see it. And then Keith over at Protopasta, Keith Tinkers, was saying that the Protopasta matte fiber really absorbs like pen, paint, anything. It will absorb into those prints. So that was a good one to use. I don't know. She didn't ever specify what.
Blows my mind that's colored pencil.
She didn't specify what type of filament she's using, so that would be interesting to know too. If she's using a matte fiber only, or
Yeah, well, that's
What?
a
I'm
good
not sure.
want to know more bit. Let's find out
Exactly.
what kind of filament you're using. Though that's a good tip there if you're looking to do stuff like this. You know, Josh Ajma shows off, or Ajima, I'm not sure how you pronounce it exactly, but he has a really interesting painting technique where it takes advantage of the capillary action, and I think he was using a lot of Protopasta matte fiber for that.
Okay.
yeah, he was using like ink on it, right?
Right.
Yeah,
And it was really cool to watch how
that
it
was
seeps
really
on
cool.
there. So.
Mhm.
So
That was
that
really
kind of reminds me of, but this is like kind of a whole different, I mean, that's really sharp looking stuff.
Yeah,
Is there post-processing that's happening, or is it just the colored pencil?
I think she was literally coloring just straight onto
Yeah, I mean,
the
you
prints.
can still see some of the print lines in some of it.
I love that.
So
Yeah, I think she's
yeah, you
coloring
can
right
definitely
onto the
see
prints.
in here. You can see all the lines right in it.
That's pretty cool.
So I mean, it's still awesome, but I don't know how it would work with the actual like some filler primer or something too. Should definitely try that out.
Yeah, that's very cool.
That Alice in Wonderland, the rabbit. That's a really cool.
That one is
really
cool.
model.
That one, there was a couple on there that I think might be painted, but most of those I think she was saying were done with color pencils.
Hey,
So
greetings, Mike.
I know we got so many good
I
folks
know
here in the
everybody's just
chat.
jumping
So
on.
exciting!
Chris Free, a couple Chris's, 3 Chris's.
A couple Chris's.
Chris
I'm
is
trying
the
to-
popular name. We got Skewed View. Welcome, Dan, Shenanigans, everybody. Awesome.
Woo! All right, so next up we have a Skewed View 3D. Now we all know they've been putting in their 3 designs a week. So this week they had the Mirror of Erised from Harry Potter, and then they had Drax Dagger from Guardians of the Galaxy. And then this was their first time-lapse design, so I guess they had some requests for time lapses to be included in their design, to see their
Is the
design work.
Tag off.
Do we have the laps?
Is the wrong link on here? 'Cause
Maybe we got a bum
Oh
link.
no! Oh no! Okay, let me see if I can
They're
grab
in
it for
there,
you really
too.
quick. They're in there. Oh no! You know what? That went to just the search. Sorry about that.
Here,
Let
I'll
me-
tell you what. They're in the chat.
yeah.
If you want, I'll mod you here, and you can. Actually, Trav, you'd have to do that.
Or actually, just
We
click
can
on
send
the
them.
last one. Just click on the last one. That's
Okay.
going to be their. That's their video of the time lapse of it.
The sword.
I love me a good
Or
time lapse.
the dagger.
Whoa.
A little,
So this is their first time lapse that they've done of the actual design process, and then showing the model once it's done as well.
Man, how many hours goes in? I mean, you've done a lot of this stuff. Like the amount of lot of time going into this, and like watching you do this, Garrett. You know, trying to pick up all that detail on these drawings to model. That's incredible.
Here we go. I'm gonna
looking good, guys.
I'm gonna add real quick into the chat the link for the mirror of Erised. This one was really cool. I thought it would be neat if it printed and then you put a mirror in it, like mid print. I've seen Vicky over at TGOD do that with a bunch of stuff. It's super cool.
Yeah, quit ruining the stream, Sean.
What is Sean doing to the stream?
And when you click on those links,
I know it goes to his face because he's like, I'm watching.
Sean, look at that, man. That's intense. That reminds me of like the 300. Like Sean's gonna coming after us. That's awesome.
Nice. All right. So yeah. So make sure if you aren't following Askewed View 3D, check them out. Sub to their channel or follow them on Twitter to see their designs. Next, we've got Alkish1 shared Devin Hedges. This was the Lancer that she showed off at IRF. I think you guys actually saw this in person,
man.
And she has since post-processed it, and so she wanted to share some images of that. So
that is amazing. Look at that.
If you look in the,
is that blood splatter?
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
In the information, I think she indicated she's gonna try now. Her next one is gonna be with a chainsaw. Was an actual chainsaw. She wants something moving,
like an operable. Brittle. That looks really good. I can't like
scary.
Just the prop work we see just coming from the community is just fantastic and better every day.
Right. She didn't actually model this. She downloaded it and printed it, but she did the finished job on this. Is freaking awesome.
Yeah, and she had some customizations that I thought were interesting, like in the flash hider up at the front. She kind of changed up some stuff and made it her own. And I think it's just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many hours she is into that now at this point. At some point, you just stop keeping track.
And you have to. It's like I think all of us have our own perfectionist in us at some point,
right?
And we're like, oh, you just have to step away because otherwise you'll just keep going. All right, and last on our follow-ups, we've got Carmelo. He was showing Transbat's print, and this is actually Jury's McDonald's bot. So prints of the McDonald's bot that we shared a couple weeks back. It's pretty freaking cool looking. So they're getting all that printed out. It's a bunch of different prints that they're putting together
in color.
Yeah.
This was actually featured. Simplify 3D I think actually had this on their or they at least tweeted it out earlier in the week. And man, look at that, done on the Robo. Or is they're just posing it there? Or I'm guessing a lot of it
looks like
it's just sitting there.
No, it says printed by my Robo 3D R2 and C2.
Yeah, the C2, that's the blue one.
That's the blue one. Yeah.
Very
so
cool.
That's looking really good. That's turning out really awesome.
So how much more is there to go? I mean, there's quite a bit
it's got like
of
arms
detail
and
to go with the whole
and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, awesome work. We look forward to following along more progress and all everything else that we're going to go over today. See what kind of follow-ups we have yet to come.
Yeah, going forward.
Is it time for the meat and potatoes?
It's time for the meat and the potatoes.
Before we start talking about meat and potatoes, first of all, Heather made these awesome tamales.
I didn't make them. Travis made them tonight.
Okay, Travis made the awesome tamales.
I didn't actually make them.
Somebody made tamales.
They were from the freezer.
I ate, and
they were
delicious.
from the freezer.
They weren't handmade with love.
They were.
I tasted love.
They were homemade, but not homemade by us.
Somebody homemade
them,
I
but
definitely
not
put some love into
They were
yours.
delicious. Also, there was some tortillas and some refried beans and cheese. It was a whole production. It was fantastic.
Always is.
So it's always nice to get to come over here, share a meal with some friends, and I'm lucky to be able to. So, because otherwise I probably wouldn't eat, right?
Probably not. I have seen him on many video chats where all he's eating is corn dogs. Just saying.
Corn dogs.
Corn dogs are good.
A lot of corn dogs.
I'm not gonna lie, corn dogs are good.
Too many corn dogs.
Honey crusted ones.
Whoa.
Well, my kids love them a lot too, and so I just get the big bulk pack, and they're good. But anyway, we're not here to talk about corn dogs and my eating habits. We're here to talk. Whoa.
Who's calling you? Rude.
We got a caller.
What?
This isn't even a call-in show. I feel like we should answer. Let's see if this works. Hello, you're on the Ketchup. Hey.
No way. No way.
Angus, is that you? Angus?
Who's on ketchup?
No, wait. I think,
Hi. Hey, did I call at the right time? I just ate spaghetti.
You did. You just ate spaghetti?
What?
We just had tamales.
Yeah.
Did you put ketchup on it?
Ketchup?
No, there's no. Well, isn't spaghetti sauce technically a derivative of ketchup, or is ketchup a derivative of spaghetti sauce?
You know, we could talk about these big questions all day long, but truth is,
just add a little oregano to ketchup and you're good.
I mean, he just nailed it. Because
I know.
We were just about.
That's gross.
How did you know? Were your ears burning, Joel? Because we were just about to talk about your community design contest. And lo and behold, we have first guest on the show. Very flattered. Yeah, and we didn't know.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah, welcome to the Ketchup. So Joel, if you're not familiar with the Ketchup, what we like to do is we like to feature things that happen around the community. And we would be remiss if we didn't talk about your competition, because the internet is losing its mind about it. Now, you're hosting this thing on My Mini Factory, and I think everybody here knows what I'm talking about, right? Like, we need to pull up the
contest.
You haven't seen it?
What?
I mean, I know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm glad you do. I'm glad somebody does. Yeah.
Joel, you have ads on your
videos?
So,
well, you know, gotta monetize. Here we are. Okay, so look, this is Joel telling, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with 3D Printing Nerd, here he's showing off his lovely filament collection on his racks here. And the wall of racking, I swear it gets bigger every time I see this. Joel, it
seems like it.
It sure seems like it, doesn't it? Here's some over on this side. So anyway, Joel opened up this contest to the public. Now, how much longer do they have to submit an entry, Joel, for how to hang a spool to print on those lovely printers below?
We wanted to give everyone plenty of time, and so we're actually running it for a month. I think the end date is August 18th.
Nice.
Okay, so there's still plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
And
plenty of time.
Plenty of time, and it's on My Mini Factory, right? So that's where people go.
That's right.
And to get details about the rules and all of that stuff, they go to your YouTube channel.
They go to the My Mini Factory link. So if I've got links to the My Mini Factory Design Challenge in the description of the video.
Yeah.
And if you just go to My Mini Factory and you choose, I believe, Design Challenges, I'm one of the first ones towards the top.
Fantastic.
We'll put the links in ours too.
And what now? Did you approach My Mini Factory? Did they come to you? Is this something that they do often? These challenges.
This is fantastic because I haven't told anyone that. I rearranged all of my filament, and then one night I thought, I'm going to put my tables under there because I'm going to put some printers on there. And then I thought, I'm going to need to design a spool holder for. Wait a minute. Let's let the community do this. And I let the community do it.
See, Joel
and it was cool. So this happened. I think it was on a Friday, maybe.
Okay.
And I tweeted to My Mini Factory, and I sent him a direct message. I'm like, "Yo, it's the weekend, and I know you're 8 hours ahead, but it's anybody up, right? You up?" and then people were like, whoever responded was like, "Yes, here, send the details to this." And then we had an emergency call on Saturday, or I think it was Saturday, and then the video went live on that Sunday. I think it was
nice.
Yeah.
This is Joel just making things happen.
I know. He's like,
Joel has an idea, and then
this is what I need,
calls
people.
happen.
This is what I need, people.
Yeah. My Mini Factory went to the war room, and they said, we got to make this happen. Right. Awesome. Okay, good. So how many submissions do you have so far here, Joel?
I checked a couple days ago, and there was over 150.
Oh,
so I would imagine we're over a couple hundred by this point. Well,
wow.
I would expect that, though, because the whole point, I mean, yes, it's self-serving because I wanted a spool holder, but I think it serves value because it's so simple in its task. And you can use SolidWorks, Fusion 360, or you can use Tinkercad, you can use the new matter control, you can use Onshape, you can use whatever you want. And you can be as simplistic as you want, or you can be as ornate. I mean, some guy, I forget his name, he put it out on Twitter, but it's two pieces that snap together and it folds down. I don't know if you guys saw that.
We featured that one, in our link. We included that one because that's really so cool.
And it folds up.
It was super cool.
Yeah.
But what's the fold? Is that you fold it up so you can keep it in your pocket?
No, so that it doesn't stick out on the rack when you're not using that one. You can just fold it up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because somebody like me, I would just walk by and just tear the whole rack down.
Yeah, exactly. Or hit your arm on it.
See, Pooch, the reason it folds up because it can. That's the whole reason it folds up, just because it can.
Because it can. That's a perfectly valid
folding.
reason. Because it's folding. He's a mechanical genius. Well, that's awesome to see. And now, have you been sneaking peeks at any of these other ones, or are you just gonna wait for the whole flood of them all at once at the end?
Well, part of the rules from my manufacturer were like, hey, post your design socially and tag Joel and stuff. But getting tagged and I get to see these designs. And I've seen probably 10% of them. That's my guess.
That's not too bad.
Which isn't bad. But it's interesting because you can be so simple. How do you design a spool holder in this design challenge to stand out? How do you make it so someone like myself or whoever I designate to help judge is able to be like, out of this crowd of, semicircles extruded, that's all you need, right? Yeah. So out of this crowd of stuff, how do you find one? So you put it out on Twitter and you get a bunch of people to retweet it. That certainly helps make it visible.
Man, you are a brave man right now, because when you open things up to the public, you get all kinds of response, good and bad. And I'm sure, I don't envy the amount of stuff you're going to have to be weeding through here in a little under a couple weeks' time.
You had to judge a Nerf gun competition. It wasn't.
Oh, I remember that. That was terrible. So, Joel, you don't have any way to know when people submit? Do they have to submit their age with it? So we were wondering, like,
oh my God, people in the comments are saying I'm sick.
Oh no,
you're sick?
Whatever. I'm sorry, Heather. Could you say that again before I so rudely interrupted you?
I don't know if you can hear you.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, do you know the age of the people that are submitting? So, like, what's the youngest? I know you shared one from like a younger follower that said like high five, and so we were just wondering, do you know what the youngest submission was?
I don't.
Okay.
The youngest submission that I know of is an 8-year-old little boy.
Nice. That's awesome. So cool.
All ages. And what about the oldest?
I would imagine there's probably some 60, some 70-year-old people. Woo. I would hope. I don't know. I hope to get. I hope that I get a whole bunch of stuff, and I don't expect any of it, and it's all wonderful. That's what I hope for.
I'm sure you're going to get that, and I think you're undervaluing yourself, because I really believe that you play to that octogenarian crowd really well as well. So. There's
I test well with grandma.
Do you test well? Yeah. I'd love to see the analytics on that someday.
Wow.
So
not as good as Chuck, but that's okay.
No doubt. Well, awesome, man. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we're looking forward to following along and seeing some more of these awesome posts. This is a really cool rack system. As you know, we are passionate about spool organization ourselves.
Yes.
Although
I'm really looking forward to getting a Repbox on my wall so I can show it off in videos.
Do I have a treat for you, my friend? We're not talking about that right now. No, that's for another time. But hey, listen, buddy, I appreciate you taking your time this evening. Thank you for joining us on the Ketchup as caller one. First
caller one,
inaugural caller. You're the inaugural caller.
One. Yeah. And,
well, thanks for letting me call in. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me talk a little bit about the design challenge, and for hopefully giving people a few moments of hilarity.
Oh, absolutely, man. Awesome, dude. Hey, looking forward to catching up with you soon, okay?
Oh, for sure. You know my number.
I do.
See you later, you sexy thick beast.
Night, Joel.
Good night.
Oh. Well, that was fun.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just hung up on him.
Oh,
I didn't know if he was disconnected. I was going to listen along.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
I'm
not talking to you anymore, Joel.
No, this is a really cool competition. I don't know. Has anybody in the chat submitted anything for that, or has been interested? Has anybody been mentioned it?
No, no one said anything. They were all calling him thick.
Because somebody used to call him that in the comments. I missed that.
Somebody asked him in his comments what thick AF was, and so then they opened the light and told him what it means.
Yeah.
And so now, which is hilarious.
Always a pleasure to talk to the 3D printing nerd. That was entertaining. And I like the radio. Go old school with it, right?
That was awesome.
It was very nice.
We weren't confident enough in the bandwidth for actual video streaming. Yeah. Maybe we'll do the talking head down the road, but that seemed to work pretty well.
There we go.
Some of you guys could hear.
Nice.
Hear him okay. So.
Moving
on.
Right along.
Much more to talk about besides the spool competition.
Okay, so we've got Askewed View sharing, and I am never gonna get these names right. Is it Kidja? I can't even go there. Just click on it. Anyways, it's the model and print of a blink fox that they designed. I just thought it was cute more than anything else.
That is
cute.
I thought it was cool. I don't know if it's from a game. I wasn't sure.
Look at that tail. It looks like a firefox.
Right? I think it's so cute.
Yeah,
I love the fast time lapse. Just in case anybody knows, don't make your time lapse like 5 minutes long because nobody's gonna watch it. Make it like this where it's fast. You can see what's going on. And...
Yeah, that was the other reason I kind of like this post too. Was I like that it's all fits like in a Twitter video.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like 46 seconds and you get to see all of it. It's awesome.
Yeah. That's great, guys. Man, always good stuff coming out of Askew View there.
Oh, they got the Wild Rose Octolapse thing.
Yeah, Octolapse has just been seeing a lot of it, and it's just, like I said, we see these now and we're like, why have 3D printed time lapses been done any other way? It just makes sense, people.
How much longer does it actually take to do that, though?
I mean,
that's what I need.
I don't think people are really hanging around watching the thing work anyway. So.
Yeah, but if you've got a print that's only a couple hours, and then it takes, but because the print has to pause or whatever longer.
I wouldn't mind a print that's going to take like 30 hours and it's going to move it to like 50 or something like that, because that would be.
Well, I mean, it's really just okay. So it's taking a little bit more time to do a travel, and then it's traveling back. I mean, I can't imagine it's that much longer. But it depends on how big the model is. Obviously.
Yes, and you are right, Chelsea. If it's informative, like Garrett's, where he's talking, or like there's something that you overlay over the time lapse, just don't play a time lapse for like 5 minutes because that's boring.
Time and a place for everything. But yeah, no, this is coming from the time lapse master himself.
Oh, now we're getting all the hate.
The hate
about the like lengthy time lapse. No, time lapses are fine. I think that they're great, but. I just thought it was cool that it all fit in like a little Twitter video. All right, so next we've got Print It Shared Filament Frenzies Wavy Clock. So today is Wavy Wednesday.
Wavy Wednesday.
So this is one of my favorite Wavy Wednesday prints because it's a very practical print. It is a
now I'm
clock.
Getting all the hate.
You're getting all the hate.
Yeah.
Everyone's mad at you, Travis.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's okay, buddy.
I don't like the long time lapses. I get bored. I turn your video off. That's all I'm saying.
Jeez. Now we're going to lose viewership. Way to go.
Yeah, this is it. Tom, I mean, look, Tom always has cool...
Tom, we're talking about Tom's wavy print.
I know, we are talking about Tom's wavy.
I'm a little distracted there.
Oh,
it's a fantastic wavy print, Tom. I love it. Keep them coming. Keep those wavy, wacky Wednesday prints coming.
Tom says, what time is it? What time is it?
What time is it here?
No, because
it's Wavy Wednesday. Oh, what?
He
wants me to read an analog clock? That's like, I'm not a child, Tom. I know how to read a clock.
We're talking about his clock.
What does that say? Is that 1 o'clock? 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock, I think.
It's hard to tell. Your wavy clock doesn't have any numbers on it.
Has no numbers, exactly.
It would. You know what would be interesting? If you're looking for a challenge, Tom, and I know you are. Incorporate some numbers into your wave.
They already said that. You're old news.
Wait, who said it?
They already said it. They said they were trying to decipher if the waves made certain numbers.
Well, I can't.
Or not.
It's very hard. It's very hard to follow along and to talk.
Isn't that why we have Community Ketchup?
It is. It is, but you know. Anyway, it's wavy time.
It's wavy time. So there's lots and lots of Wavy Wednesday prints. So if you want to check those out, they are inundated on Twitter. So just look up Wavy Wednesday.
Sounds good.
All right. So next we've got Fun King 3D sharing their Fun King 1 3D
the
printer.
FK1.
The FK1.
Everybody has been talking about the FK1.
Cool.
Look at this. It is a beast. It is a beast. And we got Glenn in the chat. He's in the chat.
It is
Glenn,
insane.
we're talking about you.
We're talking about you, Glenn.
We're talking about the FK1 that Xander designed that Glenn seems to take all the credit for. A skewed view 3D, very generous. Nice. Thank you. Thank you for that super chat.
This is gonna be hate on me for days.
Hate on Travis for the long time lapses. He says he's unsubbing.
The Wild Rose ones are cool. Like people putting stuff over them is cool. Just don't put your long time lapse out there. That's it. Music, put something. I've just seen boring time lapses before. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're taking away from
easy
Glenn.
On the audio equipment, buddy. You're just, you hang around with the Italians enough, you start gesticulating. It's rubbing off on you.
Oh, and real quick side note, Alkish One says that someone is designing a wavy bowl that has numbers in the waves.
I want to see it.
I want to see it too, and I need it as a clock.
Yeah.
See right here? See these shelves right here?
Can we see themselves?
Yes, you can. They can see it. They've already asked if I was in the bathtub.
No.
Because of my shower curtains.
You should get a shower curtain that looks like that. It's very nice.
It does. It is a very
No,
nice one.
Nobody puts Heather in the corner, but today we put her
I'm
in the corner. It's very cozy in here.
That's loud.
You don't quite see. What happened there?
Nothing. I'm putting Glenn's video on.
We're listening to Glenn.
Okay.
This is rude. We start talking about. It's not about you, Heather. We're here to talk about Glenn.
It is okay. It is not
Glenn always
about
says
me.
we don't watch his videos, so we have to sit here and watch Glenn's.
No, I've made it a
video.
point now not to watch Glenn's videos. Don't.
Poor Glenn.
No.
Oh, this is
No, because he just keeps giving me a hard. Oh,
That was the
God.
the wrong button.
Oh, this kid here, he's okay. But then I gotta look at. No, I'm just
Oh
teasing
my
Glenn.
gracious.
We love
Okay.
you. Gotta when do we get you caller? You got that voice for radio too.
Yeah. Oh,
You
we
gotta
need
get
Glenn.
on the
We need Glenn on
caller. You could be
Community Ketchup.
caller number 2. Glenn.
All right, so let's go back. Fun King 3D sharing the FCAP1 3D printer. So this is a printer that they haven't started building this, right? This is the initial plans.
Well, no, the design.
his
We're in
3D
design
renders and
phases.
the
He's got.
design.
I believe he's sourced some of his components. He's very proud of his Mix 6 grade aluminum bed. I believe. I did see that in one of his videos that I didn't watch. So don't tell me I don't watch your videos, Glenn. Anyway, I don't believe he's. I don't know what. Maybe he can comment on the chat. Have you started getting components? Yeah, I'm sure he's got some of the stuff, but
they're saying that's an old video. You're showing an old video now.
well, we're behind
Old news.
the times.
Fake
maybe
news.
you should update your website.
It's
then.
not fake news. It's just old news.
Okay, sorry, old news.
You should
Old
put a
news.
new video.
Oh,
on
and
your
now they're
printer.
saying you said that Glenn has a face for radio.
I didn't say that. I said he had a
He
voice.
did. He did say he has a voice for
I said
radio.
voice. Go to the replay. I would never say that.
Instant replay. All right. So yes, so they're building this printer. Wait, we didn't talk about it. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, I want to talk about it.
So they're designing this printer, right?
Yeah, 400 by 1200 by 475. So he went wide.
Right.
Because he wants to print like skateboards.
Giant things.
A lot of people don't know this, but Glenn is a big time skater.
I could see that.
Yeah,
For sure.
he's extreme.
Okay. We can go there.
I don't know. What else do you think he would print with such a wide printer? You can't.
I don't know. Now I did see he said he got some inspiration from the G Max. What is that one? It's G Max Max? No, G Max.
They
XL?
don't have a name for
Well,
it.
they have
don't
like a
have a name.
1.5.
Yeah.
The big.
The
or something
big.
like
Oh,
that.
the
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
That's
But that's
what
not
it is.
an actual
But that's not an
production.
actual.
That's kind of their
No.
concept print.
Yeah, I think so. So.
Yeah.
But he said he's been buying parts, and they're gonna be start putting it together.
And so I'm seeing a good amount of 3D printed parts. Some, your typical. I'm guessing that's some 2020 aluminum, and of course, is very. You're gonna need a very nice bed for something that massive. It's got to be flat. Flat. But no, that looks like it's coming along. Now, if we have an old video, Glenn, where do we get a link to the most up to date things on the FK1?
Yeah, have you made any videos on the actual printer yet?
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't built it yet. He's
If he
been
does, I
buying all
haven't
the
watched it.
parts.
Yeah, I haven't seen
He's
it
been
yet.
buying all the parts. Calm down. It's gonna go in the want to know more. How about that?
European license plates is what he's printing.
What?
That's he wants a wide.
Is that what he
They're
said?
wide. Yeah.
It's
It's good thinking.
It's all becoming clear.
That's perfect. So if you end up in jail in Europe somewhere, you can have your little license plate factory.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, we will be looking
The
for
geographic.
updates on that one. So keep posting, keep tagging.
It's big. I like it.
Big.
We like big.
All right. You guys ready?
We are ready.
So next we've got Will It Print 3D? Oh, and side tangent. Just going to say, Will It Print 3D was our
VIP.
VIP this
VIP.
time. Whew. Man.
Yeah, we had how many submissions do we know?
I can't
A
even
lot.
count.
Can't even count.
More than 20.
A lot of
So
so.
we did 20. Yeah.
More than
Will It?
20, I think. Yeah, there was so many. So it was awesome. So we have them all here. And remember, too, on Community Ketchup, unfortunately, we can't cover all of the tags, but they are all in the document, the Google Doc that's in the description. And we've got them broken up by main show, follow-up, practical prints, in the news, and shout-outs. Want to know more? So it's all broken down.
And miscellaneous.
Yeah.
And if we
Whatever.
felt like it.
What we felt like talking about.
Yeah, super long time lapses with no music.
Oh my gosh.
Those are my favorite.
Hater.
I love a super long time
He's
lapse
a
with no
freaking
music.
hater.
It's like the old.
All right. So Will It Print 3D shared Alex 10819's custom dice containers. I thought these were kind of cool. So this is for our D&D players out there. It's a custom dice container that they created to give to their team, actually. So I think this is a pretty cool thing, and I think that there might be a way to edit it on the Thingiverse file. So if you wanted to edit the image on the top, and they said that they're going to be adding some magnets to keep it closed. So
Very
it was kind of cool. Yeah.
I still have that proto pasta ice winter film.
Oh yeah, the winter blue.
Winter blue. That's it.
See, now here I have been carrying my dice around in my pocket, like a sucker.
Oh
These guys
shush.
When I
Dice
could have been
with
printing
you
a
right now.
thing. So
This
I'm
is
gonna
cool.
get on
This is cool.
that. Nicely done, Alex. 10819. I'm sorry there were so many other Alexes that's
I know that you could not get that handle.
but very nicely done.
I think it's cool. I thought it was neat. We have quite a few friends and family that play D&D, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you guys are on a D&D yourselves though.
We haven't gotten there yet.
No,
We don't have time.
you haven't gotten there yet, or you were and then you got away from it.
No, we haven't ever.
No, okay.
No. Have you?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I wouldn't be caught.
I
No,
would-
I'm just kidding.
I would
Stop
love
it. I would love
I'm
to.
gonna get a lot of hate now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
push the hate on
man.
him.
Yeah,
But,
push the
yeah.
hate on
You're gonna see people start
Alan.
taking
Pooch hates
money.
D&D.
Yeah.
Do it. Come on.
I never said
Pooch
I hate
hates
it.
D&D.
I don't.
He
I
says-
never
He
did
said
it.
everybody that plays it sucks. So I heard him.
That's a good thing about being with Travis is he never throws you under the bus.
Ever.
Ever.
Never,
That's the
ever. All right. So next we've got Brian Vines shared Dan 3D, the printing dad. Well, I called them the fort clips because that's exactly what we would use them for. So I will share right now. Ari has a fort in her bedroom, and do you want to know how many clips she's using? Probably about 20.
20 clips. 20 clips. I said this is all. Well, there I go. Now I'm sorry.
No, you're
I
not gonna
ragged on you. But I comment on this because I know my kids would love this too. They're well into big, fort building, and I love the just use of a regular rubber band. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Glow in the dark.
Glow in the dark.
Isn't it
dark.
great? Oh my
No, it's
gosh,
really-
I
look
just
at that.
love it.
I mean, and why is it just for kids? Like, who's to say that I can't build a fort for myself, or a clean room, or a powder coating room?
I want to see your fort.
I want to see a fort
It
that
would be
you
an
make.
epic, awesome fort.
Oh, and real quick,
A lot of pictures.
we've got Alkish One just shared. I guess Dan sent a tweet earlier. His wavy bowl that has the numbers built into it. So I'm gonna drop that in the chat. Woohoo!
Very cool.
All right.
You know
But
what's
yeah, so
awesome
these
to
are the
see?
clips.
There's a lot of people that seem to be following along on the. There's a lot of people accessing the file that we're going through too, so they can reference on as we go through.
Yeah, so if you want to follow along on the links that we're on and check them out on Twitter at the same time as we are, if you look in the description, there's a link to a Google Doc and you can check it out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got these. Yeah, so we're going to be printing a bunch of these because right now Ari's using all of Travis's clips.
The ones that I used to hold prints together and stuff.
Yeah.
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 Yes,
Perfect.
exactly. All right, so we're going to be printing some of those. Okay, next we've got me. I shared
Ooh.
Renaissance Tinker Dorks stained glass. Now, have you guys seen this stained glass work before?
But-
It's insane.
By RTD. Yeah.
Yeah.
He sent one to Glenn and it got broken
I
in the mail.
know. I didn't. That's
Yeah.
Too soon.
Packaging has got to be.
too soon. I feel like that would be really hard. Like, how do you package that? I don't get it. But I just think it's awesome. I thought it was such a cool design. Now, who is this for? Does it say who this is for?
I think Sean. Sean says he would come in my fort with me. Is that weird?
I don't want to go in your
Yes.
fort and eat
No.
corn dogs with you.
No.
That-
It might stink a little bit in the fort. Anyway.
you are
stained glass.
digressing.
That's what I do. Again, welcome to the Ketchup. We talk mostly about other stuff, and then sometimes we go down rabbit holes. Pooch hijacks.
Yeah, bad news.
Yeah,
Bad
ketchup
news.
water slide.
Yes,
No
Fun
girls.
King says Glenn says that it made him cry, that it was broken.
Yeah.
Did you get it fixed though? He fixed it, right?
I remember watching that
Super
video,
glue.
Glenn. I watched that.
I'd like to see a time lapse of him putting it all back together. I think that'd be awesome.
No, he sent it back, and the guy and
Return to sender?
yeah, and
did he fix it
RTD
yet,
fixed
Glenn?
it. Yeah,
He
yeah,
sent it
yeah.
back?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No.
So, anyway, I just want to know when I can get a 3D Pink Mafia stained glass.
I wonder.
What's the commission on that? Yes, exactly.
Clayton wants to know if we're meeting up at the Wawa after this. That's nice.
Heck yeah, man.
We're totally meeting up.
It's such a bummer that there is no Wawa equivalent.
Wawa was amazing.
Oh, you had Wawa? Everybody talks about
Yeah, we had
We
Wawa
went multiple times.
We claimed to go to the bar next door, but really I think everybody just wanted an excuse to go to the Wawa after, and they had like a full-on like deli, and it was like 2 in the morning. I got a breakfast burrito.
Yeah, that was good.
Whatever.
Amy got a bunch of gummy bears. She didn't share any with me. It was yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my gosh. Whatever.
All right. Well, anyway, Darian, awesome work on that stained glass, man. Keep up the good work there, and maybe a pink one would look nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there's window.
Mm-hmm. I know. I do have windows. Look, there is windows. Let's see. I don't think.
I mean, Heather, you have been asking for stuff for us to show up because our wall here is surprisingly barren here. We have a light switch.
Some of you commented we are in a new space. I am not in the bathroom, contrary to popular belief. And
jeez, we're running a really long table.
Yeah, and so we need some stuff. So our plan is to put some walls up here or above the guys.
Walls?
Oh,
we have walls?
Shelves.
Shelves, yes.
Put some shelves up and display your prints. So there's
display prints, like
whatever artwork. If you draw something, your kid draws something, I'm game. Whatever it is.
Well, and we're really trying to encourage more than just 3D printing stuff,
for
too.
sure.
So stained
100%.
glass is a fantastic mixed
right?
medium around here, okay? We love seeing all the different things that can be made. I would love to see some leather work.
There is some nice leather workers in our community.
Some iron, some smelting. I don't know, is that copper? Smelting copper?
You can smelt a lot of things.
Throwing copper. $19.99. That's a very specific specific amount.
So we can
chicken fingers are on Jesse. I'll bet Clayton tonight. Thank you, Clay. It's very kind of you.
I'm gonna cry because we're not at the Wawa.
You know what? We'll send you something from the Wawa.
Oh, thanks. I can't go to the Wawa.
No, you have to be here taking orders.
Taking orders, I know, right?
Just the fries thing again.
Oh, my goodness. Fantastic. My goodness. All right. So let's see. We've got so we've got Joelbot, right? Did you know that we have Mr. Bellybot?
Mr. Belly is fantastic.
I didn't see this until I was going through the
I remember
seeing Mr. Belly about 2 weeks ago, but that was the first I'd seen it. But I would love to know the origins of Mr. Belly.
Yeah, I didn't know. And is Martine in the chat? Because I don't know the origins of Mr. Belly, but I think it's great. I think it's pretty funny. He's a
little bow-legged. Is he a horseback rider?
I think it's so you can print him with no supports.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you can speak from experience here. Crotch modeling that's bridging optimized is not.
That was a lot of people's failure with the Joelbot was the crotch.
I don't want to talk about crotches.
Well, it's robotic crotches.
So that makes it advertiser friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, the advertiser tonight's a little bit mellow on,
This is true. This is true.
We do try to keep it family friendly here and stuff.
Crotch is pretty flat, so.
Crotch in this day and age is like PG, almost G.
It's like a Ken doll.
Yeah. It's like a Ken doll. It's just.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Anyway, that's enough. We're digressing again.
To digress. Oh, this is bad news. Okay.
Right.
So next, Michael Phelps is back. Travis.
Yeah.
This is one you shared.
Yes, this is what I shared. If those of you who don't know who Michael Phelps is, let me actually show you this first. He's back up to 3D printing. He's trying to get some projects going. Michael Phelps is the guy that actually drew all of these designs for me. He drew a bunch for Joel Telling. He's done some. He's just been an amazing illustrator for a really long time. He's done some like Dick Tracy comics. He was a big part of the 3D printing community. A couple years back, I mean, he actually disappeared for like 6 months, and nobody knew where he was. Like the last picture was he was
in the hospital.
In the hospital, and like we were all worried that he was just
not well, and so but he is coming back.
He's coming back, and I'm excited about it. And it's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome to hear. I saw him. Actually, Joel was talking about him a couple weeks back when he discovered a long lost package from him from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and it had just some epic stuff inside.
He sent me one of those
packages.
Big
package.
I showed one off on a mailbox opening one time. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Well, hopefully,
Yeah, so if
hopefully we
you're-
get to
if
see
you're not-
some more great stuff from him.
Yeah, if you're not following Michael, be sure to check him out. He's got some great drawings. Travis doesn't have it on here, but he drew Ari and I also.
Yeah.
We have
He did.
cartoons as well.
Yeah.
So, super cool. We're excited that he's back and doing well.
Welcome back, Michael.
All right. So we have got Bill's 3D Corner shared Broken Nerd. Now, on this one, I kind of wanted to more stimulate the conversation of altering figurines or toys or dolls or pretty much anything with 3D printing. So it looks like in this case, Broken Nerd has altered some action figures
The
by 3D
detail on
printing
that.
some additional accessories and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Now,
they
is this
take, like, an
something that you
original action
see like a
figure.
lot of?
I've seen
haven't-
it. Actually, there's this one person I follow on Instagram that does a lot of amiibo designs. They change up the amiibos for the little
Oh.
Nintendo characters.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty
a
neat.
bunch of custom ones. They just like add stuff to them. They sculpt on them. They add 3D prints, all kinds of stuff. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, so I just wasn't sure, you know, I've seen it done. There's one gal that does a bunch of different like clothing. Actually, I think she does her whole doll is printed on the Moai, but so I've seen that and like clothing options or accessories for Barbie-esque dolls, but I hadn't seen it as much on action figures. And so I was just kind of curious if you guys had seen stuff like that more.
Had not, but I'll have to keep my eyes open for it more. Broken Nerd was on Country Time today,
Yes.
and he's just an awesome guy to listen to. He's very humble, and you know the way he got his beginnings and stuff, like just really cool to see. But man, like he makes us look really silly with our white background. Like we gotta get some sweet background props and lighting and all that stuff. And he was saying he's getting to a point now though, like a lot of people just got way too much, and so he's trying to decide what he wants to keep and what he wants to get rid of.
Yeah, it reminds me of Clayton's background. It's just like an epic looking, like the lighting.
Yeah,
and,
like
all
where
that.
is that? We're way slacking on that one.
Well,
for
you know,
sure.
New digs at it. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right. So next we've got Will It Print 3D was sharing. Okay, this was insane when you pull it up. So this is 3D printed Chinese castles. They are printed using upwards of 100 SLA printers. I think
like
there's
the Ono.
Oh my gosh.
100 Onos.
Actually, there is a follow-up in the news on the Ono.
Oh, I don't want to jump the gun on the
I got
Ono.
schooled.
But anyway,
about
100
it.
SLA.
I got totally schooled on the Ono and why they can't show prints at events.
Okay.
So, anyways, if you want to check that out, that's in the news.
We get to see how you got schooled.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone
Fantastic.
tweeted me out and they're like, by the way, which is fine. It's totally cool. And I get it. Like they said, it's the filament is back basically really reactive and it reacts to your cell phone. Like that's what you use to cure it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if the regular ambient light gets on it, like fluorescent lights in a venue, then it can cure the resin. And
Well, I
so
know-
that's why they don't ever show them actively printing.
I know DLP resin is like different than like the resin I use like on the
SLA,
Moai for
yeah.
the laser.
You guys are getting ahead of the game. We'll talk about that.
Okay,
Ono
well,
later,
that's
but,
no,
like,
we're
I'm
not
gonna take
talking about
away
that.
from
That's in the
this-
news. Yes, but isn't this insane? I just thought this was really cool. Like the way they
Just
showed
the
these.
sheer scale of that is impressive for sure.
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
can't even
I was just like in awe. I'm like, what?
yeah, that's
I
all
didn't
you
even
can
have
say
words.
about that. That's
Like,
insane if they're printing that in SLA. How long that would take?
well, and so it's
painting
I'm
it
guessing it's all pieces, and then they put it together and painted it. Oh, it's just insane, insane. All right, let's see. Next we've got Pokemon Nerd Space sharing Chris's Benchy on the High Seas. I like to call it. So this
Yeah,
is
I
a
like
great Benchy. Now I
Did you
think
see this one?
he said
No,
that
I
this
haven't
was
seen it yet.
this was a design he found on Thingiverse,
Yeah, I saw
but
it on there.
this was his version of Wavy Wednesday.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I like how he like did the different colors.
Man,
and
the
it makes
colors-
it look like
that's
it's in
air-
the sea.
Was that airbrushed?
No, it's like he changed the filament or
Oh,
something.
that's an
Oh, is
actual
it?
filament change.
No, it's not.
That's what it looks like. Chris is in the
No.
comments. You can tell us.
That is not just a color
No, because
filament.
it's like
It's
way
all, like,
too like you would have
marbly.
like white caps and stuff. Like you couldn't do that with a
I thought it was airbrushed.
yeah.
Chris doesn't airbrush.
Oh, well, and Chris is living in a hotel. Oh, too soon.
It could be photoshopped.
No,
No?
stop it. Maybe he colored it with colored pencils.
Colored pencils?
I could
it's
feel
just
that.
the type of film.
Yay! Chris
Like-
says yay. Chris, tell us what is it? How did you do it?
Chris,
He
how did you
says
do
yay.
this? We need information.
Need to know.
Need more more info. Does it say anything in the description?
Let's see.
No,
Color
doesn't say.
transition.
It's just pictures.
Is it really he just changed the film? Oh, maybe it was an imperfect pasta spool.
You just changed
To
the
where-
filament. I told you.
2 filaments random change.
Yeah.
I started the rumor that he photoshopped it every time.
Oh, jeez. This is how rumors get started.
You know, some of the 3D prints that I've done and then photoshopped are just incredible. You know, it's a whole thing.
You are ruining your rep hard
No,
time.
I don't print
Yeah,
anything. I just
uh-huh.
Photoshop. I just copy.
You mean you
paste,
don't print anything in the
paste,
right
mask
orientation?
Well, then when I accidentally mirror, and then I just say
Yeah,
flip horizontal.
exactly.
So you just take
Exactly.
3D models and like Photoshop little lines onto them
Yes.
to make them look like they're 3D
That's
printed?
exactly
Okay.
it.
So like you go buy
I don't
something at
really-
the
I
store.
don't know anything about
You go
3D
buy
printing.
something at the store and then add print lines.
Totally. That would be an interesting
It's like
thing. You need a
drawing
little
them all.
model and faux print lining.
That's terrible.
It's like, I don't know how to use a 3D
Oh my
printer.
gosh. All right.
Chris says it was 2 different colors of filamentum.
I just don't see how he did that. I don't get it.
More detail.
Okay,
2 filaments,
anyway.
random change. So,
Oh, he just said
he's saying-
white caps are silver Sharpie rubbed across the tips.
but it's random. Oh, he's sharp. Okay.
Now
there we
Nick
go.
is saying that the rep boxes are Photoshop.
Yeah,
It's
these
an
are.
illusion. Let me stick my hand through it.
Oh, it's an illusion.
Yeah. It's the magic is particularly good, Nick, because your wife has one. So
A rep box.
yes.
She does.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Chris says he changed it without a purge, and that was at 6mm height. So he just colored the tips with the silver Sharpie.
Just the tips, though. No, I'm just asking.
Yes.
But is it, never mind.
And next, so we had quite a few submissions this episode for, or in regards to the Printrbot shutdown.
Wait. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, we had quite a few. I mean, it's basically just linking to the article.
Yeah.
So we had.
Yeah, I
Shut
didn't
down
want.
the Printrbot.
I didn't want to spend too long talking about it, but like it's really sad when you see in a growth, or not a growth, but in a new industry, that these are the kinds of things that happen, and it's unfortunate in particular with Printrbot's case because they've been around since like very early on and did really well with their original Kickstarter, and there are so many people that own Printrbot's out there.
Yeah.
And I think it just came as a big shock to a lot of people.
You actually knew Brooke pretty well. I mean,
Well, no.
I mean, you
Well,
visited
you've gone
him a
out
few
there.
times.
I've
You've been to Printrbot.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
yeah.
to Printrbot.
I've
Yeah,
never been to
I mean,
Printrbot. I've said hi to Brooke twice, so
Yeah, no,
you knew him way better than I did.
no, but I don't want to misrepresent my relationship with him. But yeah, no, I've been out there, and he's just an awesome person, and the thing that is just most disruptive about it to me is that he's one of the few people out there that I genuinely believe is not doing it for the money.
Yeah.
Like when I was at Printrbot and he was showing off, he was like proud of every little detail down to the packaging. He's like, you know what, this box that I ship, the Printrbot, but Printrbot is like all steel. Like there's very
It's
little,
super heavy, right?
Very little plastic on
Yeah.
them. A lot of machining. It's there's good, rugged, high quality parts on there, which isn't to say that they weren't without their share of issues, but they spent a lot of time thinking about how do we package it so we don't have a lot of damage, and it's just a nice presentation when you open it up. And so despite the fact that it was an expensive setup, he said, you know what, I want it represents the first impression as you get. And that really struck a chord with me, because in this day and age with the race to the bottom and everything,
Mm-hmm. It's like little things like the packaging,
little
nobody
things like-
cares.
matter, but it's something I'm close to too, like having a background in industrial technology and knowing what goes into all those little details and things that a lot of people don't even think of because they just chuck the package as soon as they open it. It just makes it sad, because like I said, I really believed his intentions were pure. I still do, and I have every confidence that he will wind up doing something amazing. I think with every closure comes just new opportunities and stuff, and he is a very personable individual, and so we wish him and the entire family at Printrbot the best.
We do.
and it was a bummer, dude. I loved having a company that was that close and
Yeah.
I never got to visit him.
welcoming to go in there. And, I just got the printer built, which I've been really excited about. And, there's a lot of people that were unfortunately saying like, but I just got a printer. What about me? What, and it's like, okay, but right now, like, I know you're sad that you feel like you don't have support and
but
stuff.
there is going to be support, right? And anyway,
I don't know how many people expect like to get something and to have
right.
It is nice,
support.
and their support was good. They always had some, but there's a big community around it, and that's one of the best ways to learn is to ask questions and tinker with stuff and hopefully try to figure out. So yes, sad, but hopefully a positive thing. Positive things can come of it.
Right, for sure. We wish them well.
Well.
All right. You ready?
We are ready.
So
on
next,
a less somber note.
on a less somber note, I know. So we had Mitch sharing his 3D print or his 3D printing while traveling. So I guess he was on a trip and he had taken his printer with him.
Is that you?
That's my biohazard shirt.
I think he was watching your Printrbot build.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a
But
good
so
transition.
he was saying that I thought he said that he was traveling with a foldable printer. And so that's what I was kind of curious about, what printer it is exactly that he has there. What printer is that?
Well, it just says 3D printer on it.
No, he said
Oh, okay.
Printing a Fab 365 net.
Oh no, it was that
robot.
foldable robot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So he's
Printer's
making it.
Gotcha,
The printer is just what he brought.
Okay,
And
but still, so how many people travel with their printers? Do you travel
I
with your
know
printer?
Matt Flinchbaugh travels. He goes
He
camping.
goes camping with his. Yeah.
Mitch
what-
travels with the printer on his back.
Well,
all the
okay,
time,
we
so-
know
Doesn't
that.
have
How
back
many
problems,
other people
man.
travel with their printers?
I have not. Well, I have traveled with a printer, but to take it to a show.
Yeah, not to like a hotel or anything.
No, because I can't be without my printer and need to make prints. But
Yeah.
no, that's cool to see people that into it. I suppose it's also. You get some pretty crazy looks from TSA when they're like, "What is this thing? It looks
What
like
is
a
in your
bomb."
back? Yeah, right.
Like
All
in
these
an X-ray, they're like,
wires.
wires, batteries, and like, yeah,
Printing bomb?
No, it's a 3D
Oh.
printer. I swear.
I promise,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna print something else. Yeah.
Oh, that's the Jagora. I don't know how to.
Oh.
I've always wondered, is the J silent? Is it the
Gora?
The Guarara?
Guarara.
Oh my goodness.
Clay, can you call me real quick and pronounce that
No.
for us? That'd be fantastic.
So you can be caller
You can
number
be
two.
Number 2.
No, I told Glenn he could be caller,
you
but
told-
Glenn doesn't have my number.
you told
I shouldn't have given Clay my number either.
Okay, so next, I'm ready for this one because I'm super excited about it.
Not ready.
We'll figure it out.
Go ahead.
So Adam shared Cat 3D's 3D printed woven purse. So now we all know that I have a 3D printed purse, and she is creating a totally different 3D printed purse. So it's like the pieces are printed and then she is weaving the rope through them and doing it in like a crisscross pattern. It's so cool. I need one in my life.
Yeah, you need a lot of stuff in your
I
life
do.
all the time.
It looks like a super advanced shory.
Right? Yeah, because I think
I mean,
she's...
short stuff's really advanced already.
I know,
so
and
it's like,
but
is
she's
like
weaving it
thick,
after the
crazy,
fact.
like
She's weaving it after the
Man.
fact, I think. So she's doing the prints and then weaving it. I think.
that makes
Maybe
me tired.
not.
yeah, that does make me tired.
Right? It's so cool.
Cat,
though.
it looks awesome though.
It does.
Like
I
it's
can't
coming
wait
along.
to see
So this
more.
and it's knitted. There's knitting involved. This is good mixed mode. Are we going to talk about, by the way, at some point, like if people want to send some of this stuff to us for us to show off on our
we
barren
talked about
wall?
that.
We did.
We
Where was
already
I?
talked
Was I
about that.
sleeping?
You were
Was I?
sleeping.
Oh,
We said.
okay, but we didn't give out your home address.
That's when I was running
It's in the
over
link.
with the bus.
It's in the description. Our address is in the
I
description.
want Kat to send me something.
I
cool
know,
like that.
right?
I would like.
Oh,
a
she sent me
European-
this.
I wanted a European
necklace.
satchel.
She
did.
sent me my necklace
She did.
that I
She
have.
gave that to Travis at
She
Earth.
did at Earth, and I was
do we
wearing
get
it
a close-up
today.
on that? We don't have a
Yes.
close-up scene. Why don't we have it? We got this fancy dancy thing here.
But I don't have a close. I don't need a close
Yeah,
up.
I need to
It's way
put
too
some
much
more
for me.
scenes in for just close up cams.
We need a super zoom of Heather.
No,
So we
we
can
do
show off
not
the
need a
necklaces and her
super
attire.
zoom of me at
The
all.
people demanded. They
On
wanna see it.
Wednesdays, we were pink. Okay, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
I need something like that.
Ju-
Okay.
it's Uncle Jesse Clayton says it's a Julia Gulia printer. The Julia
Julia Gulia. That's hilarious because Julia Gulia is from Healthy Junk Food.
JG
Yeah,
JG
and
Aurora.
the
So it's
wedding
probably
Oh
somebody's
yeah, Julia
name.
Gulia. That's right.
JG Aurora.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right, so next we've got, oh, this one's so cool. So for our, now I'm totally spacing. Oh my gosh, what's the show? It's on HBO. Everybody watches it.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones! I totally forgot.
She forgot about Game of
I
Thrones.
forgot about the name.
Yeah.
So B3D Max shared Jeff Christensen with permission from the CR10 Facebook group. This is a life-size Tyrion Lannister that they 3D printed and they are finishing.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I think it has the stats in the information or in
Go to
the.
the Facebook link there. Dare we? Oh wait, here, no, there it is. 4 foot 5 inches, 1,400 hours, PLA, just generic PLA, 0.2 layer heights, 10% infill, 225/60. Okay.
Isn't that nuts? I thought it was super cool. I can't wait to see it done. So I think they're gonna be finishing it.
That's super cool, Max. Thanks for sending that.
Yeah, and that was cool because that was from a Facebook group that they brought that over.
Made by Jeff Christensen, posted, and but I'm assuming it's a community build.
No.
It's not a community build.
No. This is just this person, Jeff Christensen, printed that.
Jeff Christensen's got a lot of printers and time on his hand.
CR10.
Yeah, the closed group, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So cool. So cool. All right, next we've got Dragonbane Oz shared Chelsea's 3D printed pen or 3D pen jewelry. So she got the eSun low temp pen.
Wait, who did this?
This is Chelsea.
She actually did a video on that pen. Too.
Yeah, it was on Chaos Core Tech channel.
Oh, the girl that hangs out with Garrett on that stream.
Yeah, that girl.
Yeah. I'm just kidding, Chelsea. We love you. I can hear her screaming right now.
Pretty much.
All the way.
So yeah, this is so cool. So she did this. This is a low temperature filament that it uses. So she used it. She actually put it into molds, like chocolate molds.
Yeah.
Like she would extrude it into there and then would press it in and made all this cool
So
stuff.
it like stays moldable for a while.
Yeah,
right?
and it doesn't break. So like she would do like a strip for the bracelet or for the ring.
Okay.
And once it dries, it won't break. Like it's completely flexible and so it's great.
Is there any detail or video on like how that's done?
Yeah, it's on the Chaos Cortex channel.
I gotta watch that.
She did a video.
I know, she did a video.
It was her first video.
It was.
Not
It was awesome.
unlike Glenn, obviously I have more videos to watch.
You need to watch it.
This is why I do the ketchup, so I can help get these things
yes
given to me.
It was super crazy. And then she makes a rose on there that's insane that she made with it. And then she made like a little hamburger and all kinds of stuff. It was insane.
Super cool, Jill.
So cool. Okay.
Some nice bling.
So yeah, right. No pressure, Garrett.
Oh, is that what that is? A hint? Is that a subtle hint?
I would hope not, but you never know.
Which finger do you think this looks nicest on?
Yeah. Which one do you like best, dear?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next we've got Will It Print 3D. Remember our VIP tagger this episode. Sharing Henry Q's Venom Stitch mashup. So I thought this was kind of neat. They took a model and they mashed Stitch from Lilo and Stitch and Venom. Now I can't remember. Do they actually
Very
show
creative.
is there a print?
This is just the model right
I
now?
don't know that anybody's printed it yet.
Chelsea says, I don't have my sound on right now, but Alan, know that I will go back and listen to this and you will pay for what you said.
I believe you. We'll send you a link with the timestamp, so you can get right to it. That is crazy. Henry
I love
Q.
Yeah, isn't this insane? So there's a link to download it, and then I think he said if you retweet it, then you can message him and get a discount. But look at it, isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
That's how you get away with copyright stuff. You just mash two characters together, so it's not a character anymore.
It's original enough.
Yeah, then you're not copywritten.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Anyways, I thought that was so cool.
Pretty awesome. I like how I did it in like peg form, so it's like easier to print.
Yeah, you keyed it.
stuff.
Yeah,
key.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, so
Very
cool.
cool.
So cool. All right, and then actually, this made me think of this one was Carmelo.
Yeah.
When I saw the Venom Stitch mashup, but this is Will It Print 3D sharing Carmelo's share of the R3D artist's Moogle design. I thought this was another cute one. It's a
Very
little
cute. Mello likes cutesy stuff.
No.
Yes, he is. He's into cutesy. Loves Pokemon.
Sometimes.
He's a Pokemon master.
So this was designed by the Red artist, or is it R3D? I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know.
And then Carmelo printed it. Similar to like the little fox. I just love these ones where, you know, people
Carmelo
are creating
printed
stuff.
something that somebody else designed?
Yeah.
He doesn't usually do that.
I think he did. Yeah. I thought it was super great.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, next we've got Pooch's share of Packy's Mystery Science Theater figures.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
This
so
is your thing.
yeah. Okay, so Packy has been working on these for a long time. Like he made Crow first, I believe. I can't remember which one he made first. But anyway, you know, print animatronics, the full thing. And if you guys haven't seen Mystery Science Theater, I hope people know what Mystery Science Theater is.
I know what it is, but I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, it's hilarious, man. So it's basically like these little robots.
I've seen clips.
That, like,
sit at the bottom and like watch
they have
these
their-
terrible old B movies and just like make fun of it,
Right.
like over top of it, and like, oh man, I've cried so hard watching those. And I
Oh
don't
my
think they
goodness.
make them anymore, but do they still make them? I don't think so.
I don't know. No, that
Very
came
good.
back.
Yeah, they
Did
did
it?
come
Yeah,
back.
because
It made a comeback?
Felicia, who was it?
No, there's one of the guys that was on the Nerdist podcast. He's doing it.
No, but I thought Felicia Day's in it.
She might be.
Anyway. Yes. So those were cool. So these were robots, and actually he didn't these are older videos of the robots. He was doing something. He's trying to recreate what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
He's trying to recreate.
Why are you being so mean to me?
Not.
He's trying to redo the bobble on it, right?
On the
head on the one.
he's trying to replicate
was, like, the
it.
whole
I think he's
thing,
trying to make
right?
another one, and
Oh.
it's like an old gumball container.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to figure out how to mold it, and it, like following along in that process has just been amazing because he's like using kind of a heat gun, but he's trying to be very careful with it because he doesn't want to break it because they're hard to come by.
Yeah,
and,
can't really get it again.
Yeah, and so it seems like, you know, just taking his time, and I've been following along. He seems like he's been doing great with it.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have a visitor now.
we have a guest. We have a live
We have a
guest.
physical live guest knocking on the door. Who could it be?
Me.
It's Ari.
Ari, go. We're recording right now.
No.
Everyone wants to say hi to Ari.
She just wants to say hi.
Okay, go by Daddy really quick, and we'll say hi. All right. So next we've got Will It Print 3D was sharing
Wow.
some props. So we've got a Titanfall prop, a Mass Effect prop. These were pretty cool. Some different guns and stuff. The Titanfall one is pretty ridiculous. If you click on that link,
Wow.
it is giant.
Ooh.
That's life.
He's trying to
Yeah.
he's trying to rival the BFG.
Wow.
It is giant.
Very cool.
I thought it was pretty insane.
Yeah. I wonder what that thing weighs.
Right? I thought about asking Midnight Giant
Yeah.
because his guns are giant like that.
Well,
so
yeah, like the BFG. I don't remember how many spools did he say that BFG was.
I don't even remember. It was some insane
40,
amount. 40. That sounds
42.
something right.
That's
Yeah.
ginormous.
It is ginormous.
it is ginormous, huh?
Yeah.
Everyone in the chat saying hi, Ari. So say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Very
Yep.
cool. Also, very nice China hutch in that picture.
China.
Yeah.
You're like,
It looks like he's about to blow it up, but it was nice.
So he had multiple props on
Yeah.
here.
oh, that's great.
Yeah,
Too
look at that.
funny.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I've been following Jeff for a long time. He
The
does some
prop
crazy
builders,
stuff. Yeah.
prop building community is strong.
It
very
just looks
cool.
so
Yeah, it's
clean.
insane to me. All right, so the last link of the main show was yours. You shared. I'm not even gonna go for it. A Aspen?
Astro Labicon?
No, the part before that. Who it actually was. We are terrible at this.
Athacaspen?
Yes.
Athacaspen?
This
Oh.
was a puzzle based on the Maker's Muse puzzle.
Yeah.
So it was different. So this one was crazy. Like it has you twist it and then like the balls go around it and you have to. Yeah, it's insane. It's totally crazy.
Oh, hold on. I think Travis is pulling it up.
It's not opening.
There we go.
There we go.
Mind blown.
Oh, they're saying the BFG was 37 pounds.
37 pounds.
Yeah.
So it's from Okay.
That makes sense.
So anyway, so I wonder if that was about the same for that other big gun. But yeah, so look at this puzzle. It's pretty. I thought it was cool. The mind blown Chris Pratt meme is like my favorite.
Yeah. I just like vision the mechanics of that. It's crazy. I want to break it apart and see how it's made.
It's like the same kind of people that make Rubik's
I mean, I know I can go look
like,
at the video, but
that's insane. I could never imagine making something like that.
that's pretty cool. It's very cool. Awesome. Yes, Nick, I imagine that would be a very front-heavy weapon.
So next we've got. I didn't have anything under Travis. Travis, did you have anything?
don't realize the thing that I did the last few days ago, the big sushi bowl that.
Okay. I didn't know. I forgot to ask you like what you wanted to talk about, and so I didn't put it in the links. That's what he wants to talk about.
I'm gonna pull it up actually.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen this yet, and if you're not following Healthy Junk Food, they got a really cool channel on YouTube. They do a lot of. Well, you can tell people more about it. You've been a fan of theirs for a long time, and you.
Yeah, so I've been doing stuff with Healthy Junk Food since they had like about 60,000 subscribers, and now they're at like 1.8 million subscribers. So,
I know, it's insane.
Wow.
So I did the first project with them back then. I think that was like 3 years ago or something like that. And this most recent one they asked me to do was a collaboration between me, them, and I keep forgetting the competitive eater's name, Jake, or is it Jake Figueroa? Yeah, something like that. Anyways, Nathan Figueroa, sorry. He actually Healthy Junk Food with it's kind of complicated because it was actually a sushi place that did all the sushi inside of the bowl too. So it was 4 different things. So anyways, they I am like losing my place all over the place right now. I made the bowl. I 3D printed it. It took lots of hours to print.
Over 100, yes. Right?
This is the filled bowl with all the food. So they filled it up with the sushi place, and then Nathan ate all of the food. He actually didn't finish it, but he almost finished.
That's an insane amount of food.
They said it was
over 10 pounds of food.
Yeah, it was the rice was the worst part. He was like, I can't eat all this rice.
No, it's a ton of rice.
Yeah.
It's a ton of rice, but that's awesome. And then was there any conversation had about eating out of 3D printed
yeah,
stuff?
Actually on the thing they always post like how many calories is in the dish, and it was like 15,000 calories, and then they said contains plastic.
Contains plastic. Perfect.
Well, we kind of told them it was like if it's like a one-time use, you should be okay.
I said it was kind of iffy on my video too. But the funniest thing is that in my time lapse that I sent him, my cat is like rolling around in the background. He told all these people on his channel to go say, Travis, I love your cat. So I have like 300 messages of Travis, I love your cat.
I think your cat needs a YouTube channel.
I know, right? Apparently our cat.
Following.
Yes,
we have the wrong. Yeah, we have the wrong channel.
It's a bento
box.
Bento box, and it was made from the original emoji off I think it's off the iPhone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it turned out pretty awesome. It was a fun project.
Woo!
Anyways, yeah, man, that was awesome.
That's what I was working on.
That's what you worked on.
Yeah. So we'll talk about the Repbox in just a sec, but it was awesome to see that Hackaday featured a number of cool things at Earth, the Repbox included, and that was a nice little surprise.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy though.
I know, which is, that feels like, wow, that's something. And it was probably like the first notoriety, and we were just kind of teasing it for pre-sale at that point, and it's actually evolved just so much since then. So that was really cool to see. But before we get into Repbox stuff, I think we should talk about the Catchy.
The Catchy.
And I think we left the Catchy upstairs.
We probably did.
But so if you haven't been following along, we are doing a quarterly award called the Catchy. That will go to the community nominated makes that are submitted to us, and then we will have a panel of judges decide between them. So we're doing our inaugural Catchy when, Heather? The first award will be given. I want to say August.
It's August. Oh, let me pull it up. Keep talking.
Yeah, so basically we're gonna have you guys start sending us submissions based on what we've not just necessarily what we've already talked about. Certainly, if there's shining stars in there, shining nuggets in there, we'd like to hear about it. But also, if there's new stuff, we'll continue to have our traditional submission process, and we will close nominations at a given time ahead of time, so we have a proper amount of time to review. And
it's going to be on August 22nd episode.
On our August 22nd episode. That's going to be an awesome episode, I believe.
BuildTech is our sponsor.
BuildTech is sponsoring that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So definitely be here for that one. You're going to want to see who wins the Catchy. Maybe get yourself some BuildTech on the giveaway if you're looking for that. That'll be cool. Hey, look at that. Ben from the UK.
I know.
4 a.m.
He said he woke up just to come and see the show.
Ben, I'm glad you made it, bud. You got here just in time. We had some pretty awesome stuff. You're gonna have to go back and watch the recording because there was a lot of really cool stuff that we covered. We had our first call-in guest.
We did,
and all kinds of other great stuff happened.
Been a fun show.
It has.
Really fun show. What do you think? What do you say we talk about the Repbox a little bit? Because I know there's people actually like watching this because we're announcing the production Repbox making its debut now. So
yes.
shall I pull it down?
Do you want me to go over my little highlights really quick?
I'm sorry, did we skip your highlights?
No, I'm after you, but yours is.
I didn't scroll down. Heather, I'm sorry, I didn't scroll down.
No, it's totally
Please,
okay.
I do want you to do that.
It's okay.
I'm
Nobody
so
puts
sorry.
Heather in a corner. No. So I just wanted to give a shout out. So as you can see, our set here is pretty bland. So we are looking for any kind of set submissions that you want to send us. So this can be prints, it can be projects, it could be a drawing that your kid does. It can be anything, and we want to display it. And we'll probably rotate stuff out depending on how much we get. But there is a address in the description that you can send stuff to. That's to our P.O. box. So if you want to send anything in, that would be amazing. And we're going to start displaying some of all the community prints. So we figured since we're a community show, we'll show community stuff.
And if we get nothing, we'll just have our tears on the wall.
Have you ever tried to cry on a wall before? It's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah, I don't think that's easy. And then the other one I wanted to do was Bill Devine. He's in the chat right now. He is matching donations for makers. So there's I think it's a GoFundMe. Oh, please hold on.
One of those community funded?
It's a community funded pledge. You Caring. It's through You Caring. And he is willing to match donations up to $200. So it is.
Do you want to pull up that link?
It's in the.
I got it. Chat.
Yeah.
I was talking on chat.
Yeah. So it looks like they have surpassed the goal, but they are still accepting donations, of course, and he will be matching donations. He said he just upped his donation amount to match that he'll do. He was doing up to $100. Now he's going to do up to $200. So if you do decide to donate, just send him over a DM with your amount, and he will match that.
Very generous, Bill.
Yes, very generous.
Awesome.
So I just wanted to throw that out there.
I like how he says he will pledge. So he says, let's see, 10 people pledge 10, I'll pledge 100. If 50 pledge 10, I'll pledge 50. If 20 pledge... Maximum of 100. Sorry, I'm not rich yet.
Oh, that's okay.
It's okay you're not rich. You're rich at heart, and that's very awesome of you to help out like that.
It is. Super awesome. All right.
And by the way, if you guys have things like that you'd like us to talk about too, you're welcome to email us or ping us on social media, and we'll do the best we can to include you with stuff like that, especially for worthy causes.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we do have the Catchy as a Twitter handle now, so.
Oh, yes.
You want to tell them about that, or what's the plan with that? Are people going to tag the Catchy? Are they going to tag Community Ketchup still? Is it both?
Ultimately, you can tag whichever. We're going to continue to check both. At the Catchy is our official Twitter handle, and really we wanted to set it up.
You do that on Instagram and Facebook also.
I haven't created the Facebook page yet because that's just a page. There's not anything specific,
right.
But we do have an Instagram as well, the Catchy.
Yeah.
So you can send messages there. You can post things using that and. Oh, did you guys realize? Hold on, this is for Willbot. That's who this you caring is for.
I didn't see that.
I was just looking at it, and that's who this you caring that bill is doing is for.
Go back.
It's for Wellbot. For Garth. I just realized that. I just saw the name. Sorry, just want to throw that out there. So yeah, Makers Helping Makers. I'm all thrown off now. Okay,
Yeah.
So the Catchy. So you can tag at Community Ketchup. You can tag at the Catchy if you'd like. Or so you can hashtag Community Ketchup or at the Catchy. Mainly we wanted to create the Twitter and Instagram handles to put out news, information about, you know, when our stream's going to be, who our sponsor's going to be, to have a more official destination. So make sure you go to those social media platforms and follow at the Catchy.
Yeah. And it also helps us organizationally a little bit to kind of be able to go to a singular account and not necessarily have to like search a tag, although, you know.
I will still be doing that though.
Yeah, we'll still be doing
tirelessly before the episode.
So either is fine. Either way is best.
Either way is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. As they say.
All right.
Very cool.
You're up, Repbox.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the sponsor today.
We're gonna talk about the sponsor.
So if you guys haven't been hearing about the Repbox, and you've been under a rock, but Travis and I got together a couple months back now, and talked about collaborating on something that we thought would be really useful to the both of us. And so I've always said that, you know, some of the coolest products are built of necessity. Dare I?
Can you get it? It's full of filament.
See if I don't crush. Here, can you grab the handle on that side? So make sure I don't crush myself, like almost decapitated myself last stream. Let's see here. How can we best? We don't have a close-up cam yet. See, this is why I was saying we need a B cam.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna put this.
We're
down
not there
here.
yet. We haven't ordered the ones that Clayton posted about.
I know. Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But anyway, what we wanted to basically share what we thought would be useful to us, and ultimately we're like, you know what, like this could be actually a good product. Yeah. And so we kind of set to work on it, and we announced it at IRF. And the model, I brought a couple of the versions. How many prototypes do you think we're up to at this point?
Too many.
Yeah. We've gone through a lot of changes.
So I've said this to a lot of people, like I have a lot of respect for anybody that's done any kind of product design, the amount of work that goes into it. Anybody that's doing a Kickstarter, you know, we're not doing this as a Kickstarter, but I can see why a lot of people do, because certainly the, you know, costs of materials and stuff adds up, and you know, the amount of time it takes and the resources that you need to get something. And we're just talking about a box here, not necessarily a 3D printer. So man, just, you know, seeing like people that kickstarted like printers and all that stuff it's just amazing. But we both said like, hey, we have a ton of filament. It's all kind of sitting out in the open air, gathering dust and all this stuff. And we wanted to set about coming up with a better storage solution. So unlike Joel, who has open racks.
Yeah. Not everybody can have that.
Yeah. We don't necessarily all have the climate control systems that he might have, or live in a temperate environment where the humidity isn't as big of a concern. So that was certainly part of it. But then
we wanted something easy to be able to switch the filament in and out, set it up for your MMUs. I originally, one of my original thoughts for the Repbox was, I was sitting there looking at that pallet box, like that. If you guys haven't seen the purple pallet box, it has these two little printer clips and a rod straight through the middle for your filament. So every time you have to change it, you have to lift that dang rod out, and all the filament falls everywhere, and it's just like a nightmare. So
yeah, this is Chris makes an interesting comment, and it's a very popular one actually. There's a lot of people that say like when they actually see it, they're like, oh, it's a lot smaller than I thought it was.
It does look a little giant on the stream.
It does seem, it comes across as bulky, but it's actually very purposefully designed to be the format it is. So this is 18 inches wide, which is not really that, you know, big. You can see, you know, it's my arm span here. And that was done, one, so that we knew we wanted to be able to hold at least 5 full kilos. Yeah. I'm showing 9.5 kilos in it right now, which it can also hold. But specifically, since we were trying to do something that could be MMU compatible, the new Prusa MMU is going to be able to do 5. The pallet does 4. Who knows what other, you know, in the future it might be. And there's nothing that says it has to be feeding a multi-material unit. Obviously, you can actually feed quite a few printers from one box, depending on your spool configuration. So we kind of set to work trying to think of something, and of course having access to laser cutting and some pretty cool stuff. You know, we did our first sketches, and Repbox was kind of born, and then we took it to Earth, and we got just all kinds of amazing feedback.
Yeah, it was a lot of good feedback.
And I'm really glad that we did it that way, because we had a good opportunity to take some pre-orders. We could give a good amount of pre-orders that we're still promising we're fulfilling, but we also, you know, heard a lot of that feedback and said, you know what, this is probably worth making sure we incorporate in version 1, and so that's kind of slowed the process down.
Yeah, so we've taken the time to make sure these little tweaks and design upgrades and stuff were put into the box before we actually release it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe how many iterations. I was just telling Alan tonight that I'm like, oh, that changed? I didn't know that changed. Oh, it looks so much nicer like that. You know, little things just from the original R&D. So, yeah, they've come a long way for sure.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned before that, like, this was kind of an interesting collision. Like, I'd say the true Repbox was really Travis's brainchild. But I was kind of doing a similar path to like what Joel was doing, where I kind of had more of an open rack system, but I was using the rollers that we did ultimately incorporate, and we kind of did a best of breed of kind of two different
systems. You put just as much into this as I have.
Well, it's evolved. It's evolved quite a bit. But anyway, we you know, so part of this is self-serving, and we kind of wanted to show off like what we've been doing, because it has taken a lot of time. But we're really passionate about it, and we're pretty proud of it. And for a version 1, you know, like, I'm excited. We've already got a bunch of stuff that we're already like, okay, you know what, this will be like a 1.5 upgrade. But we wanted to make sure that the frame and the skeleton of the whole thing was decently established, so that if we iterate on top of it, like if we decide we want to change the mount or one of the braces or something like that, that we kind of know where it's set, and then it's just a matter of refining some of the 3D printing stuff. So we did move from some more like a wood material to 3D printed material, which I was a little bit resistant of, I think, originally, but it opened up like a whole new avenue of possibility. Why don't you tell everybody what like the pieces of feedback that we got at Earth that you were hearing were, and then what we wanted to make sure we incorporated?
I mean, there was the big one that we heard at Earth was the humidity thing, making sure it was
number one. For sure. Everybody's like, is it a dry box? Is it going to work in like Florida or Houston or any of these, you know, things? And while we designed it to be, you know, very well sealed, it was not nearly as well sealed as now. We didn't do your standard nut trap configurations. Like, we were very purposeful about not using hardware that was going to create a bunch of holes. But ultimately, we refined on that further. So before, it was just basically a box with, you know, the acrylic. There was a hole cut into the side, and the hinge was on here. But, you know, when I took it down to Matter Hackers, actually, I showed it to Dave. I showed it to a couple different people down there, and I got some interesting feedback around like, well, consider what that's going to do when you open it 1,000 times. How it's going to wear it out. So like, it's really was born of like a lot of good community feedback, and that is why I'm like really excited to be part of such an awesome community of people that genuinely want to help. Like, every day I feel like I get somebody like, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that, and a lot of it we've incorporated, a lot of it we intend to incorporate, a lot of it we wish we could incorporate but can't. So
and maybe we will in the future.
And maybe we will in the future, depends on how well it goes. But just to get into it really quick, just the upgrades. And so we went from the hinge that was in here to what we're calling a living hinge, which I didn't make it up, but it's actually vinyl. This is marine grade vinyl, so it's super thick, 30 mil vinyl. They make like sail material out of it and stuff like that, so it'll hold up. But basically, it eliminated the main points of air incursion, and we did a lot of testing around that to make sure that it was you know, gonna withstand 1,000 opens and closes, and I'm happy with the results thus far. I can't say that I've opened it a full 1,000 times, but it's
we'll just have Ari sit there and open and close it 1,000 times.
You ever see the thing at IKEA where it's like just poking the chair like repeatedly? We need to set up something like that. Same thing on the bottom here. This faceplate was actually something that Travis was really passionate about, because it really kind of makes the whole thing look a little cleaner, kind of conceals the inner mechanics. We have like a little desiccant tray in the front, which a lot of people are saying like, how do I make sure that it stays dry and stuff in here. And we've looked at all kinds of different solutions in terms of like rechargeable desiccant and silicone heating mats and all that stuff, but each one of those things came with their own sets of issues. So ultimately we thought, okay, simplest is best to start. So we just did desiccant tray. The spools all sit on top of these. You want to pull one of those rollers out?
Here, I looked it up. You pull it up.
Okay. So they all sit on top of these tush style rollers that we've seen. These are kind of our custom laser cut versions, and then they sit inside of a track. So we moved away from the rail system to an actual track system, and that opened up a lot of interesting possibilities in terms of being able, if you're really concerned about humidity, it's very easy to just run silicone on all the joints, and then between that and then the EDPM gaskets here, so you'll see these often in your car or whatnot. This is pretty heavy duty rubber that basically seals, so when you close it and close the lock, it pulls this all tight, keeps it nice and airtight. And so that's where we've come. It's done. We've gotten a lot of great feedback. Lauren has used it a lot to print on her MMU. Had some great insight on what it's like having to print something that feeds upward. Excuse me, guys. And depending on your configuration, if you have it wall mounted, if you have it desktop, if you have it stacked, it was really interesting to try to design for all of those different considerations, right? But happy.
It's so cool.
I'm tired of looking at it. I think Travis is like,
no,
just wants to see it on.
Well, no, they're all talking about in the chat. They're like, the
it.
best part is it doesn't come in pink, and I'm like, oh, there's side panels that are pink there, buddy. They are awesome.
Yeah, if you hadn't seen here too, the side panels we currently have 18 to choose from.
There will be more.
And there will be more. So they're steel. So it's similar in our thinking into like the way that Ultimaker does their metal paneling, but we did MDF with a steel sublimated panel. So you can pick from those. We also offer custom as an upgrade if you want to do that.
Put your own logo on it.
If you don't feel like you live somewhere where the humidity is a concern, like the sealing kit that has the EDPM and the extra seals and stuff and the lock are optional. So the base kit is really just kind of the lid and a knob. And we designed it to be modular so that if you decide you want to get the upgrade later on, that's fine. Hopefully we'll be releasing the data on how airtight it is soon. We still haven't set up a good test environment for that to get consistent measurement, but we will, and we intend to. And we know we need better photography on the website. That's coming as well, but it's hard to take photos of kind of a moving target a lot of the time.
Oh my gosh.
That's been an interesting thing.
Yeah.
So what questions are there?
Yeah, Alkashwan is saying we do custom side panels. So so you can submit, if you have a design already, that's going to be the easiest way to do it.
We do have a template.
We do have a template, and you can go in and design your own side panel.
This is basically 12 by 12 right here. So the dimensions are sort of 12 by 12, roughly by 18. So compact.
Yeah.
French cleat, so it's easily hung on the wall. So literally as easy as just make sure it's lined up. Don't want it to fall on my head. And it's on there. And this thing's actually pretty heavy when it's loaded with filament. How much do you think that weighed with? So we know it's at least, there's 9 half kilos, so that's 4.5 kilos plus the weight of the box itself. So, it's a good amount, but it's solid. And we designed it so that it could be wide enough to span 2 studs. So I'm not sure how construction works in the rest of the world, but here wall studs are generally 16 on center. So you've got ample width to anchor to a stud if you want. This one's actually just using those heavy duty nylon wall anchors. Yeah. And that works just fine. So if you're looking to feed a printer or multiple printers or MMUs, or we've already been talking to makerspaces and libraries about just having some nice storage that's sealed
lockable
up and locked. If you're interested, we are just now getting into releasing to the people that have pre-ordered. We are still taking orders, although we are just us basically producing. So we're a couple weeks out on fulfillment, but hopefully we'll cut that down as we get more optimized and now that we're locked in.
Justin 3D is asking what's the total cost with the sealed upgrade?
Yeah, so the base model kit is $89.99, and that's basically, like I said, everything without this is just a knob. It's not a lock, but it is the vinyl hinge and everything you need, rollers and stuff, for 5 kilos. We offer I don't have pricing on it yet, but we do have extra rollers and extra Bowden connectors as a package that we will release, but I imagine that'll be reasonable. We have to look at the cost of materials on that piece. And then the ceiling kit is $39.99 on top. So I guess soup to nuts is what, $130 for like the we're not gonna say dry box, but very well airtight. I think it'll do very well. And then there's an acrylic version as well. We're gonna release just a locking kit if you want just the lock. So again, you know, we're always, you know, looking for different ideas of how to do it, but we like that it's kind of a modular system, and we hope that it's useful and helpful to people. So that is the Repbox. Questions, comments, feedback?
I think they want us to give one away.
Should we just give one away?
I think we should.
Who wants one? Who wants a Repbox?
Who wants a Repbox?
Say yeah.
Do you want a Repbox?
Okay, so Heather has collected all of the people in the stream, as well as everybody that's submitted to Community Ketchup for this week.
Yep.
And thrown it into our handy dandy random name generator / hat picker and all that stuff, and then we do our traditional drum roll. And then she clicks a button.
I know.
And then we get a name of a winner, and then we ship you a Repbox.
What?
That's how that works.
So nobody has said that they want a Repbox in the chat.
Oh, if nobody wants it, then let's just end the stream
Mitch
now.
said he does.
Oh,
All right,
Mitch
Mitch
is only
wants one. Mitch wants one.
Okay.
There's a yeah. Matt definitely wants one.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, here comes.
Oh, we're
I think
just
it's just because
delayed.
we're delayed.
We're
It's
delayed.
Like 30
Oh,
seconds.
No, I want
dang
I
it,
need
dang
5.
Oh, 5. Oh, that is Matt actually brings up an interesting point, because we did. I was talking to the school about doing bulk pricing, so we do actually do a discount in quantities of 5. We also do educational discounts, and I'll release all that pricing and stuff on the website so that you guys can see that. But thank you for bearing with us, your patience. It's been interesting. This is like kind of the first really big product that either of us have done, and it's been a labor of love. And we couldn't have done it without all you guys as well.
Oh, they're saying not only the people who post. Oh, no, only the people who post.
Only the people who post. Oh, Matt's sad that we're... Yeah, but you know what? We want people who participate too.
Yeah.
And to be honest... Oh, look, Joe Mike's in there. Look who showed up just in time.
I know. He's like, oh, they're giving stuff away. I better
Sweeping in
sweep
at the very end. Justin 3D wants one. Good. Hey, a lot of people... Do we do student discounts? I don't know. I guess we could consider that. We were saying educational discounts. Yeah. We'll see. We'll have Heather verify your student ID. Just send Heather your student ID.
I'm going to need to see a photo.
Photocopy?
Photocopy of your GPA.
Yeah. We're not going to have like all these like 50-year-olds going to community college sending us stuff.
So they can get a percentage off their Repbox. All right. Oh, yeah. It's bulk at 5 means I have to get 3 more teachers into 3D printing. Nice.
Yeah. And you know what? We're reasonable, so we want to work. We want to see these out in the wild. So hopefully we priced it well. It's tough because when you're sourcing a lot of this stuff, like it's definitely different when you're like getting stuff locally and trying to put it all together. Some of the stuff was bought retail and all that stuff. So I'm lucky enough that I finally found us a good like acrylic supplier, and so I got some wholesale accounts and stuff like that set up. But hopefully, as we go, we can try to improve the product and keep it priced reasonably as we go and stuff too. But anyway,
Ben's asking about
UK distribution.
Yes, I love how you're ignoring it. You're like, no comment.
No, I hadn't seen it yet, but I'm sure. So I've talked to you about this before, Ben. I would love to get Repcord stuff into UK and Europe and all that stuff too, but currently I'm not set up for distribution there. So hopefully I can make a trip across the pond, and maybe you can give me some intros and we can see how we can do some business over there too. That would be awesome.
All right.
Discount dependent on GPA. I like that.
I love that. You're going to need to be a 4.0 or above to get a discount. No.
Chris, I think you'd have a BA and BS by now. We've been working on it for quite a while.
Okay.
Right, we're getting late. We've gone long.
I know. We got to give this away. We've
right,
already kept everybody here so long. Okay, we ready?
I wish we had like a
We're going.
wheel spinning or something more like that.
It is spinning on my screen. You need a close-up of it.
Okay, we'll have to figure out how to add your screen to the
Wait. It messed up. It messed up.
And her computer crashed. It was too much to handle. Do it again?
Huh?
Caramel again, or you need to like?
Nope, I
reset?
did it.
What happened? Was it just thinking that long?
It was
Too many
like,
names.
Yeah, it was
How many
like
names
going
were in the pot, by the way?
I don't know now. 1, 2. I don't want to count. It was like over. Well, we had 40 something in the chat, and then we had 20. No, we had 29 entrants before.
Okay, so math.
So 69,
Math.
70 entrants.
Still, I think the odds are pretty good for people.
Pretty
You know?
79. Yeah, like 70 entrants. I think that's pretty good. Do we want to know who? Do you guys want to know who wins?
Who won? Did somebody win?
Oh, seriously? It came up as blank.
What's that mean?
Blank one?
Look, it's
How is
just
how
as
has everyone been
blank.
doing this forever? Can we please do it again? Can you give us a name, please?
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't know why it did
Holding
that.
everybody's
Oh, you know
face
what?
in there?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Wow,
And
the
that's
space
the one
one.
it picked.
That's the one it picked was the blank.
I think we need to use a better name generator.
Okay, we'll pick a better name generator. Oh my god, it did it again.
Is your thing broken?
It might be. I've seriously never had this problem before.
Will it automatically go to blank if you do?
Huh?
if you have blank?
Okay, I have a winner.
Okay.
The winner is.
Are you guys ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
It's Carmelo.
Mello!
Nice.
Congratulations,
Oh,
Carmelo.
nice. I wish he was in the chat.
He's probably sleeping.
Oh, probably. So Carmelo shared the print. What was it? Oh, the fox.
The fox.
The little fox. He shared that.
We love Carmelo. He
We
does
do
some
love
amazing
Carmelo.
designs. And I'm happy for him. So Mello, hopefully you'll hear about it, and we'll get this thing to him. But if we don't hear from him, then I don't know. Maybe we should make him tweet about it or something. So he's
Yeah.
not here.
I know. I'm sad. No, I'm
Yeah,
glad.
Holler at us.
I'm
in the
excited
chat
that
or
he won.
something,
That's
or
super exciting.
On Twitter, if you want us to send you a box, and DM me and let me know where you want it to go.
Yes.
Congrats to
Woohoo!
Carmelo.
Oh,
And-
they're saying draw again. He's not here.
You know what? I would love to be able to do this again
Yeah.
in the future, so we'll see. But we were hogging a valuable space because we have a ton of awesome sponsors.
gosh.
Our outpouring has been awesome. On that note, who is sponsoring next week, and what do we have to look forward to?
Not next week.
I'm sorry, next episode.
2 weeks from
2
today. 2 weeks from today,
Need
we
to
have
go to weekly.
Magigoo.
Oh, Magigoo.
Magigoo.
Just using some Magigoo today.
Heck yeah.
Good stuff.
Heck yeah.
Don't try to magic
When
your Repbox.
they actually gave us a couple to give away, did they not?
Yes. So they're going to send out, I think they said they're going to send out a couple tubes to the winner.
Yeah, so we'll have a couple winners for that one. That'll be good, and looking forward to that, and looking forward to all the follow-ups on the great stuff today.
Mhm.
Excited.
Yeah, don't forget, send us your prints or your projects so we can
Stuff to put on
spruce
our
up
wall, our
look at
shelves.
look at all these shelves I have for pink stuff. I need pink stuff over here, guys.
Yeah.
Totally.
And keep on tagging that stuff. Community Ketchup, the Catchy. Details soon on how to nominate stuff for the Catchy. And we will announce what the award. There's a pretty sweet award for the Catchy, for the first winner of the Catchy.
Yeah. It's
And
gonna
we
be
will
awesome.
we will tease that when the time is right.
Right.
So get on the hype train, everybody.
Woohoo!
Did you miss the BL Touch giveaway?
No, it's
we
not
haven't
BL
gotten
Touch
there
yet.
man. We haven't got.
That's like
when is the Ant C Labs?
Heather jumped the gun on posting that
I
picture.
just wanted because I was
She was
so
super excited because we got a ton of BL Touches to give away.
We do. We'll be giving those away.
You guys,
will.
no, I'm dead serious. We have so much good stuff that's come our way between build sheets. We've got Gecko Tech. We've got Build Tech. We've got Protopasta. We've got tell them.
Oh, now you put me on the spot. Now I can't remember. We've got so wait, Magigoo, Build Tech,
Olsen.
Oh yes, Olsen. We've got Lauren, Buzz Designs.
Yes, Vicky.
We've got let me see, I'm pulling it up right now.
All kinds of variety.
Feel
of
Touch,
good stuff.
Protopasta, Build Tech, Magigoo, Gecko Tech, Olsen.
I want to get Nick.
3D printing gear, which is a new Mondo box.
Oh, the Mondo box, yeah.
subscription.
I heard
Yeah.
about that.
So yeah, so much good stuff.
I want Nick to give away a back massage.
That's
He
weird.
loves it. Is that weird?
Does he have to fly out
That's
to
a little
Yeah,
weird.
he'll
Oh,
fly
he
to
has
your
to
house.
fly to you. Okay.
Fly to your house
Okay.
and give you a back massage. It'll be perfect. He'll love
Okay,
it.
we're
He'll love that.
digressing and we've gone long. So let's wrap it up, guys.
Okay. Photos of the Catchy. We will post you photos of the Catchy. It's upstairs in the old digs right now. So, and I think Travis wants to get his hands on it and make it look a little bit more presentable than my crummy spray paint job.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Until we catch up next time.
Is that our catchphrase?
I like it.
Until we catch up next time.
Signing off. Good seeing you. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.